Have you ever wondered why, despite all our technology, intelligence, and progress, we still feel lost? We still mistrust each other. We still break the simplest promises. We still fall for deception, struggle with desire, wrestle with ego, and return to the same mistakes that ancient people wrote about thousands of years ago. It's strange, isn't it? We rebuilt the world with machines and science, yet we're collapsing under problems that sages solved without electricity. So here's the real question. Did the ancient world possess something we've forgotten? Something so essential that losing it has made us weaker, unhappier, more confused, even though we think we're more advanced? Today, we search for the answer inside one forgotten rule, a rule so old that every civilization taught it, every philosopher defended it, and every religion echoed it. Yet somehow, we stopped practicing it. And the moment we did, something inside us began to fracture, the ancient rule hidden in plain sight. Let me take you back thousands of years, before skyscrapers, before empires rose and fell, before maps were drawn, before nations ever existed. Deep in the ancient world, long before recorded history, tribes had one sacred law. It didn't require scrolls, kings, prophets, or governments. It wasn't written in stone or carved into tablets. It was spoken, passed from parent to child, leader to follower, elder to youth. And it went something like this: do not lie, not only to others, but to yourself. That was it. Simple, unadorned, but powerful. Powerful enough to build trust, strengthen families, protect communities, and create civilizations that lasted for centuries. It appears everywhere. In Egypt, where Ma'at, the goddess of truth, determined your place in the afterlife. In Greece, where Socrates taught that self-deception is the root of all ignorance. In China, where Confucius placed honesty above intelligence. In India, where the Vedas declared truthfulness as the highest virtue. In Persia, where Zoroastrianism split the world between truth and the lie. In Rome, where a broken oath could destroy a leader's legitimacy. In Stoicism, where virtue begins with aligning your perception with reality. Different cultures, different eras, same core principle. The ancient world believed that every problem, chaos, suffering, violence, corruption, begins the moment truth is compromised. Not the big lies, the small ones, the ones we whisper to ourselves, "I'm fine. This doesn't affect me. I don't need help. No one will notice. It's not my fault. I can do this tomorrow. Just this once." Every ancient culture warned self-deception is the first step toward collapse, not political collapse, inner collapse. And here's where the story deepens. The ruin of a civilization and why it matters today. Let's jump to Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. The Sumerians were among the first to build cities, irrigation, trade systems, schools, taxes, poetry, laws, temples, and the earliest known form of writing. And yet, they vanished. Not in one day, not from one disaster. They crumbled slowly, from within. Archaeologists now believe their collapse wasn't due to invaders or plagues, but due to something far more subtle. They began lying to themselves. Their kings exaggerated victories. Their priests inflated omens. Their officials misreported harvests. Their elites ignored the soil crisis that everybody saw, but nobody wanted to admit. Their scribes softened the truth in their records to match political expectations. And as these small distortions accumulated, the society lost the ability to see reality clearly until it was too late. Their collapse wasn't a sudden explosion. It was a long, quiet surrender to comforting illusions. Here's the part that matters. We do the same thing today, just in different language. We call it spin, personal branding, narrative, self-esteem, protecting feelings, optimizing perception, keeping the peace. But ancient people had a simpler word, the lie. And the more we rely on the lie, the weaker we become, personally, politically, globally. The ancient rule wasn't about moral purity. It was about survival. A short story. From ancient China, a lesson for our time. Confucius once met a young man who asked, "Master, what is the first step to restoring a broken nation?" Confucius answered, "Rectify the names." The student was confused. Confucius explained, "If a word no longer matches reality, then thought becomes confused. When thought becomes confused, actions fail. When actions fail, society collapses." What did he mean? If leaders do not lead, if justice is not just, if teachers do not teach, if friendship lacks loyalty, if love lacks commitment, if promises are not kept, then nothing can be trusted, and disorder follows. This was the same ancient rule, spoken in a different cultural language. Be honest. Call things what they truly are. Do not twist words to hide uncomfortable truths. Do not deceive yourself, because self-deception breaks nations long before enemies do. And here's where the story meets our world, the hidden fear. Beneath modern life, so why did we stop following the rule? Why do we avoid truth, even when we know it's the only path that works? The answer is brutally simple. Truth demands responsibility. Illusion allows escape. We fear truth because truth challenges our ego. Truth exposes our laziness. Truth reveals our contradictions. Truth forces us to confront change. Truth makes us accountable. Truth eliminates excuses. Truth shows us who we really are, not who we pretend to be. This is why the ancient world protected truth with rituals, gods, laws, oaths, philosophy, and social shame. They knew that without truth, everything collapses inward. And now the bigger question: can ancient virtues still save us today, or are we too far gone? Let's test the idea. Modern example: why we distrust everything we claim to love, transparency, but we fear it. Our politics, full of spin, our social media, filtered realities, our relationships, half-honest compromises, our inner lives, a maze of rationalizations. We claim to value honesty, but we live inside curated illusions, and because of that, we don't trust leaders, institutions, experts, strangers, or even ourselves. But imagine, just imagine, if truth became the cultural standard again. What would change? More than you think. Trust would rise, conflict would drop, relationships would deepen, decisions would improve, people would take responsibility, anger would shrink, anxiety would fade, nations would stabilize, civilization would become stronger. Truth isn't a moral preference, it's a structural necessity. This was the ancient insight, and it still holds. So now, we return to the central question: can this forgotten rule, simple honesty, still save us? The answer reveals more about our nature than we realize. The rule that still works today. Let's step back for a moment. Forget philosophy, forget history, forget civilization. Ask yourself, when was the last time you were fully honest with yourself? Not polite, not optimistic, not motivational, honest. What are you avoiding? What do you pretend not to know? What truth about your life, your habits, your limits, your desires, your flaws are you scared to face? This is where ancient virtues still work. Not in grand speeches, not in moral sermons, but in small, personal, private choices. The Stoics taught, the man who lies to himself is already a slave. The Buddhists taught, ignorance is the root of suffering. The Persians taught, good thoughts, good words, good deeds, in that order. The Greeks taught, know thyself. The Egyptians taught, your heart is weighed against truth. The Chinese taught, without sincerity, nothing stands. Every culture, every civilization, every tradition pointed to the same rule. You cannot build a stable life on a lie. And you cannot build a stable society on self-deception. Not then, not now, not ever. So the final reflection is simple. and difficult. If ancient virtues can save us, it begins with you, with me, with the truth we choose to face today. Not the grand truths of the universe, not the political truths of nations, not the cosmic truths of existence, just the truth in front of you, the one you've been avoiding, the one you know is there, the one that, if faced, could rebuild something inside you. Ancient wisdom always taught the same lesson. Civilizations collapse when people lie to themselves. Civilizations thrive when people tell the truth, beginning with their own hearts. So here is the forgotten rule, brought into the modern world. Be honest, especially when it hurts, especially with yourself, especially about the things you wish weren't true. Everything good grows from that, and everything collapses without it. So, can ancient virtues save us? Only one can. Only the oldest one. The one we abandoned. The one every civilization depended on. Truth, especially the truth we don't want to face. That rule still works. It always has. It always will. And the moment we return to it, everything begins to change. Join us on a journey through the ages, where every question becomes an opportunity to discover. Subscribe Timeless Questions channel now, and start exploring life's greatest questions with us.